Welcome, everybody. I got to do stuff on live TV because we're trying to prepare.
Oh, I had my glasses there.
Rick, you do those glasses. So what is happening, everybody? We done have a full day already. Hey, it's normal. It's normal. What you got going on? I'm over here trying to get this head together. I've probably been doing this from working all day. Let me see what's going on.
She tried your recipe and it was good too.
Oh, it did. It was quite tasty. Miss Norma gave me a recipe, you guys, for baked cabbage. I had made that before, and so she hooked me up. And so she told me, well, she can tell y'all, but I'm gonna tell you my version of it. Hey, Miss Myra, talk to Miss Myra today. How we gotta get my call together. How I cut up a cabbage, and then because I was going to fry my cabbage, and Miss Mom was like, "I got a recipe for you," and so I cut up the cabbage, and then I decided to, or she told me, sent me the video, and I didn't have the seasoning that it mentioned. Miss Norm, I'm talking about a recipe, you guys. We're starting with a recipe, baked cabbage recipe, and you cut up the cabbage, cut up bell pepper, onion, and put this. They had a specific seasoning. If you're a cook, you can throw any kind of seasoning you want in it. I didn't have peppers, so I used a purple onion, slice it up, put olive oil on it. I used my own all-purpose seasoning. I used some chicken seasoning, and then I put a little bit of Italian seasoning or something, and then stirred it up with the olive oil, mix it all up, stirred it around, and then put foil on top of it. I just did a small, like, I don't know, 9-inch. That's not even probably a 9-inch, like a pan that you either cook cornbread in or small casserole, and put it in there. In fact, Full was like, "Is that a salad?" Baby, that ain't no salad. That's cabbage. And so put it in the oven for on 350 for 40 minutes. And when I took it out the oven, when I tell you, that's probably the best cabbage I'd have made, Miss Norma. This next time I make it, because I used to, when I fry my cabbage, sometimes I put, I don't know, carrots in it. Like the whole little baby carrots. Sometimes I put stewed tomatoes in it, almost like a goulash. And so I almost cut up some tomatoes and let it kind of cook with the rest of it. But I didn't. I followed the recipe, but it was quite tasty. So if y'all are looking for a quick recipe, Fuller likes to do jokes.
And I said add carrots and some bell pepper.
Yeah, and I said the bell pepper is a part of the recipe, but I didn't have that, so I modified. But I tell you, the cabbage came out so much more tender than frying it on the stove. Mm-hmm. If you fry it on the stove, you gotta cook and cook and cook. But I just walked away from it, put it in the oven, and it was perfect. Anybody got a recipe that you want to share? You can put it in the chat because I'll probably use it. And so, how was your weekend, baby?
Busy. Yeah.
Did you get some rest today?
No.
Yeah, you did.
Not really.
No, I know he got some rest. If you turn to the side, Fuller got a nice little line from where he was sleeping. Like this.
So just now, just took a little nap. I was working today, so we ain't got no maid.
Y'all, look, we had to get rid of the person that was helping to clean the house. Every time I come home, like recently, what was that? The towel was bleached. The hanging towel.
That's right.
Baby, I went out to the patio and just happened to, I bought Fuller gonna talk about it, but I bought a table fire pit, just a small round one like this. And when you put alcohol, I didn't know this, you put alcohol in it, 90% isophyl, whatever alcohol, you light it, it makes a flame. And it'll last for 30 minutes. So anyway, I was out there, and so I happened to move my fake plant off to the side so that the plant wouldn't get melted by the flame. Mm-hmm. I happened to move it, lift it up. There's a whole big old scratch. Because they go out there and they supposed to dust as well. I said, baby, we did the right thing.
Yeah, she broke stuff.
Brand new stove, got stains on it. Like she could reach my brand new monogram stove. And I was like, okay, can't do that no more.
And Thursday, we did something Thursday. I forgot.
We went out to eat. on Thursday. Where did we go for the first? We don't normally go out on Thursday. Did we do something on Thursday? Yeah, we went somewhere on Thursday. I don't know what it is, y'all. We so sorry. It's live.
Yeah.
And
Friday we went early date. Went up to the Buckhead area, and I did something I hadn't done in quite some time. And I shopped. I had a good time, and I went out to dinner and ate.
No.
And shopped some more.
Full is kind of glancing over shopping. So, anybody, what's the maximum amount of time that you guys can shop? Miss Norma, you're not allowed to answer because I know you and Jean probably used to shop like crazy. Full went back to the Buckhead area, so I'm down for shopping. But I got two specific stores in mind. If it's a furniture store, maybe not furniture, but a home goods, TJ Maxx, a home store, anything that's got something where it's Marshall's where I can buy home products with. That's my store. So Fuller, how long? We left the house at 3:30 in Atlanta traffic, thinking we was gonna go up there, get in there real quick, but it was about an hour drive. Everything is an hour drive in Atlanta. Got up to the Buckhead area, and I promise you guys, Fuller shop from about, let's just say 4:30 to I know a good 7:30. I know 7. I know 7.
That wasn't bad.
7.
That wasn't bad.
He went.
One area.
Montrese is helping us out. On Thursday, we went to this spot there's a Kingdom Ministries storefront area in Fayetteville. And they
black owned. Mall only in Griffith, only in Fayetteville.
Yes. Thank you, Lord, help us. This quiet.
Thank you, Montrese.
Yeah, and so we went there on an unusual day to go out, but I was looking for a place to go eat. So we were looking at, you guys, y'all gonna laugh at me, but I really just started looking at Instagram. I'm not an Instagram person, but because Fuller's always in the corner laughing at videos from Facebook, and then somebody else asked me about Instagram, so I was over there looking at reels for all these restaurants. So all these restaurants start coming up, and there's this one specific one that we've been checking out, but didn't know they had a location in Fayetteville. It's called Southern Fire Chicken, right? Southern Fire. That's it. Southern Fire Chicken or something grill.
Okay.
So it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
It's not a spot that we typically would go to frequent all the time. It's got that vibe, that generation vibe, ATL. Like the Breakfast Club, the chicken wings with the the honey barbecue and the mac and cheese falling all off the thing, and it was the presentation was nice.
It was good.
Yeah,
it was good.
And so we went there Thursday, Friday, full of shopped, and I do mean we left there. We went over to Atlanta Fish Market and ate. That was only probably
the customer service was excellent and the food was excellent at the fish market. We hadn't been in a long time, about over a year.
Yeah.
And we went, and it was really good.
Yeah.
I must say.
Yeah, it was very good. Sometimes I'll be trying
the atmosphere was
better than normal.
Yeah.
But it was unusual because I'm not an Atlanta Fish Market person. I'd be thinking, I would go. Let's go to Papados, but the quality is different,
yeah.
and I realized that. And the presentation on Friday night was a lot different. It was a nice mature audience,
right?
And we sat in the bar area. We weren't at the bar, but we sat over in the booths. It was very, very nice. And it turns out I call myself treating my baby for a date night.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up leaving my credit card, you guys. I didn't even know I left my credit card.
That's right.
When I found out I left my credit card is when I opened up my wallet at church on Sunday because I was looking at something and I think I was going to try to change my
tide.
And so I looked and I didn't see my little green Delta credit union card, and I was like, kept looking. Couldn't find it. And then I said, I know where it is properly. So then we ended up going back to pick up my credit card.
After church on Sunday.
So, but we did go to, that was Friday night. And then we went to Oasis.
Yeah.
Had their 15th year. Oasis is older adults. It's still in service. And so they had their
15-year
15-year anniversary. And it was good.
It's very good.
One of our favorite comedians who is very clean. His name is Akintunde. And so I just happened to have his flyer that he was giving. I'm showing y'all that. I can't show y'all that because y'all didn't pay for it. We pay for this. I can't give y'all stuff. In fact, one of the ladies that was there at the Oasis, she said, I recorded your whole thing tonight. He said, you didn't go and buy the advertisement thing that I just, this is it, you guys, but I can't let y'all see it because it's got a code on it to watch all of his he's got 2 videos and a comedy album. And so it was very good.
And he has some comedy shows coming out, and he's working with a city in South Carolina for a couple of years, and they're going to do some writing for, and they did some writing for some comedy shows that was on regular TV that I didn't even know. Yep,
but very, very good. So, but babe.
And the Georgia football game won. They beat Ole Miss.
Georgia football game.
In the fourth quarter, 43-35. So that made a good weekend. And then the Falcons laid an egg last night, and it's made me sick.
I got a headache just now. You just said the Falcons. But the Cowboys won.
Yeah, they did. They won. They look good. They look good.
But I'm telling you, the Falcons, y'all, we got season tickets to the Falcons, but they just wear my head.
They like they're going to go to the Super Bowl last week. And then this week, they like they were going to go to play in high school.
Yeah, I just
it was very disappointing.
Yeah,
very disappointing.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to GodFidence. We going to turn this conversation to a topic that I thought was befitting. Fuller and I have talked about this before, but I was on the phone with a friend of mine talking about what has age got to do with it? You know, that song, what's love got to do with it?
Right.
So I thought I'd go back to this conversation about age, because as we mature and as we, get older, some people are still single, so they're dating. And so part of the conversation was I was just having with my friend. He asked me, he said, Darlene, what's the age difference between you and Fuller? And I said, it's 20 years. It's actually probably 21 years. I try not to add the extra one because I struggled at one time with the 20. So I just say 20. So he said, okay. I said, wow, what's going on? And he said, he's dating younger. I said, what's the difference in the age? 15 years, 14 years. So I wanted to ask you again, babe, because I think this is going to be helpful if you're in dating or struggle with the difference in maybe somebody that you're interested in their age, because it's more so I think it happens for younger women dating older men, or an older man trying to pursue a younger woman. The whole conversation about age.
Well, first of all, it's not necessarily that way now, because we have I have a couple of friends that's older ladies that's in my zip code. And they say the ones that pursuing them was the young guys, remember? Mm-hmm. The young guys and the older guys act different and don't know how to talk or hold a conversation. And this is the young guys. I've had a couple of ladies tell me
about that too.
So ask me again your question.
Okay. So when you and I were when you were interested in me, and I was not interested at that time
at all.
And Fuller and I can be very honest and say that. One, it was throwing me off because I had the title in my head that everybody on here who knows Fuller called him Bishop Fuller. So, and then I could hear the voice, and as he talks sometimes, even now, especially when he ministers on Wednesdays, if I close my eyes, I'll see Bishop Fuller, right? And I'm like, that's Bishop Fuller. That's Bishop Fuller. Oh, that's Fuller. That's Fuller. That's Fuller. That's Fuller. And so, but I struggled quite a bit with the age gap. And Fuller then, as we were still kind of talking, not having dated, Montree's talking about us over there, talking about, you can't tell there's an age gap. Well, thank you. I don't know if that's a compliment to Fuller or to me, Montree's.
I think it's just because we mesh good together.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And so.
Well, that's my friend.
It is. Yeah. So the question is when I was reluctant to consider you as a potential person that I would say yes to, that I'm interested in dating. We weren't talking about marriage at this time, just talking about talking seriously, and we are dating. What did you say to me? You finally got irritated. I don't know if that was the right word. You finally got bothered.
No, I wouldn't say that.
You finally got.
It was my feelings for you had gotten out of control. Mm-hmm. I had no longer had control of my feelings, and I was beginning to fall in love with you. I loved you, but I was beginning to fall in love with you. And
but that was such a short period of time. That wasn't like a long time that we had been talking to each other. How do you fall in love with somebody? And
but see, there you go, trying to put a time on somebody else's feelings. So you can't. No, I'm addressing you like I'm addressing them. Mm-hmm. You can't put a time limit on someone else's feelings, because that person could know that that person they're pursuing is the right person. And you was trying to put me off on other people in the church and some more of my age. But I wasn't considering the age. I wasn't looking for a certain age group or anything. You just happened to come along at the right time and begin, and you could help me out some, because you was talking to me, telling me what I was going to face. Being a new widower, and you was beginning to talk to me. And the more I talked to you, the more I saw the maturity, I saw the compassion, I saw the care. And anybody know anything about me, that I care about people, period. And I just knew you was the person I would want to spend the rest of my life with.
Really?
Early, yeah. I mean, it don't take forever to find out what you want and what you like. Just for example, can I compare the two? You remember when I bought my Q7?
Mm-hmm.
I saw it. I had looked at several cars, a lot of cars. Mm-hmm. I had looked online. I saw I might be interested in this. Mm-hmm. What did I do? I went up there, saw the car, and bought it.
Okay.
Because I knew. Mm-hmm. I bought a car off the used car lot one time that was dirty. It hadn't been cleaned up. Somebody just traded in. And I've been looking for a car about a month and a half, 2 months, baby. But I said, that's the car right now. I saw this for it. Because I knew what I wanted. And because I knew what I wanted, I didn't know how old you were at the time when I started pursuing you. Because I asked someone else even. I didn't let them know I was interested. I just threw it out there.
Who you ask?
Rick Hayes.
Yep, that's right.
Rick, my buddy Rick.
Miss Norma, did you know that?
I asked my buddy Rick. And he said, well, she part of Oasis, so she
Miss Norma, did you know your husband said she's a part of Oasis? And so she in the age bracket. Look, when they made the announcement at Oasis on the age groups, they called them by numbers, baby. If you're in your 50s, then raise your hand, stand up. I ain't say nothing.
You did.
They called every age group, Miss Norma and everybody else. I was like, I ain't talking to me. So Rick, I was not in Oasis, by the way. I just did some praise and worship for Oasis. Okay.
So I don't think you could put a age limit on it, because we talked to the Jeffersons the few months back. It's an age different, about 17 with them. It has to depend on the person, the maturity of the both parties. What are both parties interested in? And so you asked me, said I was irritated. I wasn't irritated. My feeling was just get out of my control. And I just had been hurt. My eyes bothered me.
So I wonder what older man is full of getting his eye together over here.
So
when you realized my age, not once did you say to yourself, she too, you all right? Can you see?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay.
I feel like a hair or something.
Okay.
I'm trying to wait till the end.
You not once did you say to yourself, she too young for me.
No, didn't think about that. Because I just thought that, I don't know, I guess I didn't look at myself as being an older gentleman, OG.
So when I said to you then,
and it depends on, is a person can be older but not old. But some people can be old, and older than they seem, and they're not interested in a lot of stuff, and they're not energetic. So
baby, I done come across many men just from looking at people at church, knowing their age, just conversations you and I've had. And y'all, when I tell y'all, Darlene Quincy Fuller would never have been interested in anybody in your age. I just wouldn't have. If you, like we're saying, is the right person comes along at the right time, and it just happens to fit. I knew Fuller's age because I was signing him up for Legal Shield, so he had to tell me. And as he was telling me his age, I was looking down. And when he told me the age, the year, I just kept looking down. And then he said to me, "I guess that knocked me out of your
at the game."
And when he said it, I was like, Bishop Fuller, what you talking about? Knock you out? Ain't nobody thinking about you, And so I just kept writing. But that was the point in time I knew that there was an interest. And so then we get to the point where now Fuller is getting a little bit more serious. And I'm just thinking, I'm just going out. He's somebody to go out with him. So I'm going to go out. We get to going out we went to Best Buy.
Well, let's just say that men are different than women.
Why?
When you said, yes, I will go out with you, and you named restaurants that I could go to, and I live in the Atlanta area. You ain't like I've been in a cave somewhere for 20 years. I've been some of the finest restaurants in Atlanta.
I was giving Fuller.
So when you said that, from a man perspective, like, oh, we got a little interest in there. All I needed was a cracked door. I didn't need the door to open. All I needed was a crack. I was
just trying to change the atmosphere, just to let you know. I didn't know what you were asking me, so I just said, you know what? Yeah, you're gonna probably go out to eat.
This bad white voice captured you. You know that.
Okay,
you know that.
Yeah, no, I was trying to do this, you guys, because I could.
Because she wouldn't talk to me at night. We had a text.
Always talking to me. In fact, y'all, when we started really kind of talking, Fuller would be like, "Can I call you?" Like, just text me. You got my text me. Don't call me. Don't call me at all.
That voice was soothing.
It was a mess.
Comforting.
It was a lot, you guys, because I just was like, that is Bishop Fuller. Just text me so I don't have to hear your voice. And so, but by the time we got to, we were going to go out to dinner, and the lady at the table said, "Was y'all celebrating a special day?" And Fuller then says, "This is our first date." I said, "No, it ain't."
It hurt my feelings.
No, it ain't nobody's first date. And so,
but you did, right? You did.
Because you guys, it was something about that age for me. For me, dating I dated older guys before 10 years, but I don't know, 15. I don't remember 15, but 20. Oh, and so now I'm thinking we're past that, right? Because we're married. But let me tell you this. One of the things that I think people, when they start thinking about age, and the case that I was talking to my friend today, people start thinking about a lot of different things that could happen over time when you date somebody older. Well, and I've talked about it. What would happen if he passes away, or I pass away before him? He passed away from me. David passed away when he was 43. So life happens. And so you can't say, and I can say, Fuller's going to be this age at this next 5 years of my life. Am I going to be taking care of him? Well, how do I know? Something's not going to happen to me. He's going to have to end up. We say for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, right? We say that. But I do want to flip back to the whole part of this conversation, which is the age difference.
Okay.
So 20 years, you older than me. Now, let's flip it around.
Okay.
You're 20 years younger,
right,
than I am. So now you are, let's see, I'm
okay.
Okay,
right.
and so Fuller would be 30. Would that bother you?
No, not really.
You think a man would date an older woman? Okay.
So again,
say he's 50. Say he's 50. Let's move him up to higher.
Okay, if she's 70. Okay. All right. It depends on the woman. It depends on the maturity of the person that's 50, what they're looking for. If you're looking for love and happiness and being secure, always having someone with you, what do love have to do with it? What do age have to do with it?
Right.
It all depends on the person. Now, I've seen some ladies 55, 60,
dating a brother young,
and they were old.
They was old.
Right. And I've seen some women that's 70 that, that I wouldn't mind dating.
Yeah.
I've seen some that, they got a lot of pep in their step. They energize, they take care of themselves, they look good, they so I would say go for it. You never know until you go for it. I mean, you ain't got to get married, just date them just to see. And you can figure it out in 3 or 4 or 5 dates whether you will.
It's just a conversation.
But as I asked you that night, when I was, I didn't put a demand on you, but I want to bring this dating thing to a conclusion. What we're doing, because I told you I was not dating to date, because I could have had a lot of dates. I could have, and I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I could have had a lot of dates. Not because of who I am, but because a lot of women are lonely and lonesome.
Yeah.
And so I had some calls and things, but I told you I'm not dating to date. I'm dating for a wife. I told you that I'm one of the leaders at the church, and I don't want to have another woman every month or every 2 or 3 months. No, bitch, we're going through the church. And so I didn't want to do that, and I wasn't going to do that.
But do you remember the one thing you said to me while we were at Best Buy? Best Buy will forever resonate in our lives, because it was during COVID and there was nobody in the store but the two of us, because you had to get a call ahead and get reservations to come inside the store.
Well, look what happened.
Didn't it sound like a dream that really didn't happen?
Look what happened. We didn't have a appointment, and you had to do it by appointment only. And they said, well, we don't have one other couple, in the store, this huge store. And they said, okay, y'all can come in. And we did. And I said to you, you've been dating in your age group. How that working for you?
That's what he said.
And I told you that I was willing to walk away until you find out what you wanted or who you wanted. Because at that time, you was dating another younger man, and you was in
my age bracket.
Yeah, in your age bracket. And from our conversation, it wasn't working. Matter of fact, I told you that he was a good guy, and if you pursue that relationship, it might work for you. Yeah, because I wasn't going to. Because I knew something about him that wasn't pleasant, but I was not going to share that with you, because I wasn't going to compromise how I got you. Yeah, if I couldn't get you on my own merit, I wasn't going to put him down to gain your love.
And Fuller never said anything about the other person. He never said I knew something bad or you shouldn't. He never said that. He just said, if that person can make you happy, I think it's a great person.
Put the investment in.
Yeah, he said, if you believe, and I was like, well, maybe I done misreading this whole conversation with Fuller, because that sounds like he really wasn't pursuing or interested. So going back to the younger man, older woman.
Okay.
So you believe that if she finds, it could be young, whoever, finds the right person, the age don't matter.
No. Do she make you smile in the sleep?
Ooh.
Would you feel like you can live without that person? That when that person not with you, as you think about them all the time, every time your heart beat, you can feel hers beat next to you. So why would age matter when she just make me want to live?
Mm. Y'all hear that?
I have something to live for. I have something to live for. I have something to wake up in the morning. I used to send you all the emojis in the morning. I couldn't wait. I used to wake up at the night and go to the restroom, and I'll text you. And
Full had these bit emojis. I mean, emojis that would do this. Good morning.
That's my personality.
Be like, I didn't even know what a bit emoji was until the full of be having to call him a good morning, hello. And so,
I've been waking up the next day knowing I was going to see you and talk to you. Was this great?
Yeah. And the only reason why I thought about this conversation, I was having that with my friend, but sometimes I think that, and I was doing it, I was putting us in this box.
And you asked about 10 people about what you think about.
I did.
Fuller, you asked them. And
they were like, girl, is you crazy? What is wrong with you?
A couple of my friends that you might not want to call their name, who you call.
Swans and Jerice.
Right. And
that's the ones I can think of off the top of the head.
Jerice said, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? She has that African accent.
Brent,
And then what's wrong with you?
A British accent, Brent.
What's wrong with you, guys? And Tawanda just cried because she was so happy.
Like, what's wrong with you? Yeah.
Then you asked Kim, David's ex-wife.
I did.
Yeah, you asked her.
My David's ex-wife. I called her because she was dating or she married someone 18 years older. So, in God.
And I told you, going back to Best Buy, I said, no, you waiting on this one to say okay. This one to say okay. Now, I said, waiting on Pastor Taffy to say something. Waiting on Pastor Dollar to say something. I'm not gonna wait all that time. So you got to make up your mind. Basically, you got to make up your mind what you gonna do. So, and I was that was gonna be my last night seeing you because you couldn't give me a solid answer, and I knew where my heart was. And
you was gonna walk away.
Yeah, I was gonna walk away. Definitely. I know you don't believe it, but I was gone.
And Fuller said to me, if I walk away, what were you thinking? If I walk away, I ain't coming back? I'm not going to call you no more?
No.
You would have called me.
I don't go back to, when the dog throw up, he don't go back no more to the vomit. I'm not going to do that. I'm through with it. Rejection is something that I wasn't going to put up with. I wasn't going to have. I just wasn't going to do it.
No. One of the things.
And so just so happened, I'll let her tell you about the elevator. But anyway, we went up to Capitol Grill for our official date to say, okay, we're gonna start dating. I'm yours, you mine. We're gonna date. So we went there, and it was about 6 women sitting at this table. And this guy, the waiter came out. He brought each one of them a rose, and they was laughing and giggling and all just having a lot of time. And I asked her, I said, you would rather be over there or would you rather be over here? Because they're going home by themselves.
And look, every time Fuller see a group of ladies at a table, every time.
And we go out here every time and see
a group of ladies by themselves. Or we went somewhere recently, it was a group of women, maybe at the movie. I don't know what it was. But Fuller said, you see them over there? Now, that could have been, I'd be like, Fuller, stop saying that. But it was true. It could have been me because I was wavering, because I was worried about what everybody else thought.
Let's say.
Everybody else had to say. Especially, men and women, we want to get everybody else's opinion. And really nobody's opinion even matters. And Fuller, this is the classic Fuller. The last thing, and I don't even have to say it. He could say it for me if I said, Fuller, what was that? What was the thing that you said in Best Buy? And he looked at me and said, as we were, or I was looking at him like deciding, and he said, you don't want all this? Because I can show you my phone. He said, I promise you, I got at least, and I got 2 phones. I got at least 5 or 6, 10 texts on this phone. And then I got another phone. He said, you don't want all this? He said, okay, you just let me.
And there's one woman pursuing me that we met out of town. In your face.
In my face. But we weren't having
not really, but
official,
we was dating. We was kind of maybe early on
but I was like, Bishop Fuller, there's this lady downstairs, she wants to talk to you. And I was like, oh, okay. And so they kept talking and talking. So I went and sat down. I was like, let's see what this gonna end up being like. So let me
So I called her, and I think Darlene was in the car ride back. And I called her and I asked her, was this personal or was this business? Because she was a mortgage broker. And she said,
he called her back, you guys.
She said both.
She called, right.
She said both.
He said, after she called him, what you calling me for? Is it personal or is it business? She said both. I'm like, oh, girl, tell him what you want. Call him up.
And she texted me several times.
She did.
And I texted her back a few times at first. But then I wouldn't text her back. She texted me because it was a little more personal. And I showed Darlene. I wasn't trying to hold no secret. And then I showed Darlene. Darlene said, "Won't you text her back? Won't you text her back?"
Because we wouldn't.
And I think Sheila even talked to Sheila, worked for me, said, "Won't you text her back?" I said, "No. If I text her back, she gonna text me. Then I got to text again. Then it's gonna be back and forth. And then it'll be probably somebody you didn't want me to be."
Right.
Because she was good looking.
She was. She's about my age.
Nice build. Very professional. Own house, own car. Mm-hmm. So
she done told them all this.
And she was in her 50s too.
Mm-hmm.
So and I wasn't pursuing her, she was pursuing me.
She was all in it. And she was sending him pictures. She's driving in the car, sending a picture. I was like, I want to text her back. He's like, you don't want me to do that. I was like, this thing right here.
No, because you open up the door for open the door for the enemy. That's what I'm gonna say. Because I wasn't gonna trade my bowl of soup for a promise. My inheritance for a bowl of soup.
Come on, my inheritance, my bowl. So look, Dr. Layton says, walk away from love. You was gonna walk away from love. I was gonna walk away. I got it right. And then Bishop Turner says the only opinion that matters, the two in the relationship. Bishop Turner got married not too long ago as well. And so congratulations to you.
Yeah.
And
my spiritual son.
Yeah, your spiritual son. Any last, you know what, Bishop Turner, we'd like to interview or have you and Lady Turner on GodFidence if you would like to join us. Since y'all are newly married, that would be really good to hear from you guys. Baby, you got anything last minute things? Because we're over by 10 minutes.
Yep. I would just say one of the things. One of the movies, I like different movies, different scenes. And we was watching this movie about the Queen Elizabeth. Oh, it was about her life. I don't remember the name, but it was about
the crown. The crown.
It was about her life from growing up and how she got to be queen and everything. And her uncle, I think it was Albert. Mm-hmm. I think it was King Albert.
Y'all should watch that.
He would have been king, but he turned down the kingdom, being the king. And they said, well, why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Because before you say that, because King, who's the king right now? Edward?
Ain't no king.
I mean, Queen Elizabeth's son. Charles. Yeah, Charles. King Charles.
Yeah.
Right. He's not a king, right?
Right.
But it was his brother. He's king now. But it was his brother.
No, it was his dad's brother.
Oh, okay.
It was
yes.
Queen Elizabeth brother.
Yes.
Queen Elizabeth brother.
Yes.
And he was the oldest, so the kingdom went to him. But he had a younger brother, which was Queen Elizabeth.
Uncle or something like that?
Younger was Queen Elizabeth daddy.
Okay.
So he was Queen Elizabeth daddy. That's how she got to be queen, because the one that should have been king didn't take the kingdom.
Right.
And he said, I find something greater. And they said, well, you find something greater. I found love. That's greater than the king. That he forfeit the kingdom for a woman he loved.
And y'all, if y'all follow the British,
that's, I mean, what is the world without love? Mm. And somebody says it's better to love and lose
and never
than never loved at all. Oh, that's so true. I couldn't imagine someone going through life and not
Never.
experience true love. That you know that no matter what happened to you, if your face was disfigured, if you couldn't take care of yourself, that you got this one person, because you can't count on them children. You got one person that you know that will take care of you. I did that.
Yeah.
I proved my love. Miss Norma was there. She could tell you. I don't know who it's on, but I took pleasure in nursing Jean. I took pleasure in changing her, washing her, bathing her, feeding her. I took pleasure in it. That was my expression of my love and what she meant to me. And I would do that for you. So a person needs to find that kind of love. And that's more, I'm about to tear up, but that's more than anything, any value. I find something greater, because someone would die for love. I give my life. If it had a choice, I'd give my life for you. I would take the bullet. I would take whatever it took to make sure that you was happy.
Thank you, babe.
I never knew love before.
What you gonna say, you guys? And I told Fuller, and I've told you guys, the one thing I can say, if God only allows me to have, I don't know, 10 years, I don't know what time it is, with Fuller, the one thing I can say, I know what love feels like, what it looks like, how it's supposed to treat me, how it's supposed to behave. Even when I don't give it like I should, I know without a shadow of a doubt, I know. Anybody ever know that your spouse loves you? This man here, all of this, what he's saying, this is for real, outside of GodFidence, outside of church. This is who Fuller is. I don't know if y'all watched Fuller ministered on Wednesday Bible study. And he was talking about basically call those things that be not. Say what you want. So he started calling my name. Well, at first he didn't call my name. He said, and I didn't respond. But the time that he called my name, he said, "Come here, darling." He invited me to the stage. This is at church in front of probably thousands of people watching the broadcast. And I come to the stage and this man bends down. He didn't want anything, he was calling my name. And bends down to kiss me. I'm like, if I never, ever marry again, the one thing I can say for the time God has allowed me to be in your presence, I know what it looks like. I am so thankful that he allowed you to come into my life. Whoo, you guys. I don't know, it took all this time to say that it's now 45 minutes after. Whew. Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby. All right, you guys. I got all emotional and stuff. That's love.
Yeah. And, you're the same person that I fell in love with 5 years later. November 6th is our anniversary, so we're going to do something special. So.
Yeah. So, you guys, thank you for tuning in to GodFidence. Whew.
I didn't know we were going to talk about this. So
I didn't know.
She doesn't know.
She doesn't
know what we'll talk about.
Yeah, we're going to go get a room. We got a room right around the corner. Yeah. Yvonne Holmes, thank y'all for joining in. And we love love. That's all we can say. We love love. And hopefully you love love too, that you don't settle, that you give love a chance. And what?
Fuller loves Fuller. Turner love Turner. Hayes love Hayes. So,
Brown loves Brown.
Right.
Simmons loves Simmons. Thank you guys for joining us. We can only give you guys our experience.
Homes.
Yeah. Thank you guys. We love y'all. We'll see y'all next week on GodFidence for another.
Find something greater. If you don't have it, find something greater.
That's good, babe.
Find something greater.
If you don't have it, if they don't want you,
not late today, their anniversary, 23rd of November.
Woo.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. We'll talk later. Thank you, babe, for those words. This is just my baby. That's how you do.
I am.
Love you guys.